Hey everybody. Hi. It is Monday, April the 22nd. Where has this month gone? I am trying to arrange my screens a little bit, so bear with me just a second. Now let's click over here and make sure I can see. Well, let's edit so we can have some comments coming on. That should do it. We are going to play with a new stamp set tonight. But I also wanted to remind you about, okay, yay, I can see comments if anybody joins me. But I wanted to remind you about card class Friday night. And the emails have been coming out. If you don't have those emails, send me a message either here or on Facebook, and I can get you that information to register. And also kits. It's called Kit Together. Let's kit together, like get together and work on kits on May the 4th, I believe from 5 to 7. So that information has also gone out. If you have kits already, great. If not, there's a link in that email in order to be able to get you a kit and get it on the way so that you've got one to come and play with us. Or if you've got something else you're working on and you just want to come and get together or kit together, come on, let's have a couple of hours of good crafting time and let's get some projects worked on. That's what I'm all about, is trying to get some of my stuff completed so I don't have those UFOs, the not finished craft things. So, or projects, UFPs, I guess, unfinished stacks. So that's what we're all about. All right, tonight we are going to play with a new stamp set. Let me share my screen and we'll hop right to it. That's on the right button. There we go. We are going to play with this Magnolia Mood. I just got it to the house yesterday. I had a wonderful time spending the afternoon with my parents, and I don't know why that is not letting me. Come on. All righty then. Let's pull that one forward. There we go. Okay. But I got to spend the afternoon or morning and afternoon with my parents yesterday and had a good time. So I got this stamp set here at home. It looks like it is a cling stamp set. We're going to use this magnolia flower. So let's go ahead and pop it out. And then we'll start getting our card ready to do its fun stuff. What do we want it to say? Let's do happy birthday on this one. Not like I don't make enough happy birthday cards, right? But I feel like I've sent quite a few. And I will show you how I put the stickers on. Because I know that until I do it hands-on myself, it's like, how did they do that? Let's use that block. There's the sticker. So I'm just going to pull all of it off the sheet. Stick it on my block. You could use your embossing buddy and put a little bit of talc on one side, on the other side of this, so that it will come off the block easier. But then I just line it up. Yep, I'm still on the screen. Okay, good. And stick it right on there. And now I know which direction is up. So I'm going to lay that to the top. Let's do this one. This one needs a bigger than the C blocks. If you don't know how to tell the size, that one says Stampin' Up right there. You can see it now. There we go. But on the other side, it shows you the letter of what size block it is. Come on, focus. Without a glare. This one is a D. And I know I need bigger than that. So let's get the E. It'll fit on there. So again, peel the whole thing off. Put it on your block. Peel the backing off. I've already peeled it off of the stamp itself. Sorry, I just saw that jiggle in the camera. Sorry about that. That's no fun. And yes, it's in the camera view. But you can see that would not be right. So you can see where the edges of the sticker are and the edges of the stamp. And you want to try to line it up as best as possible. And then just push it down. And that's on there. All right, so for our card, we are going to use thick white card base, cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. I do that every time first. And let's just lay that to the top. Then I am going to use some of the paper that's retiring. We have until April 30th or until supplies run out on things that are retiring on us. So I want to use this piece of Starry Sky. Not just yet. We're using Orchid Oasis first. I'll get it together. And come on, cutting board, paper trimmer, whatever you're called. And I'm going to cut this piece at 5.25. I always put it up against the top and then I run my paper trimmer, the cutting blade up so that it holds it in place by 4. And then the orchid, the Starry Sky, I am going to cut that at, slide those over a little bit. I'm going to do 3.25 by, take off 3/4 of that, 4.5. Three and a quarter. Yes, that's the perfect size I wanted. Good. So now, basic white to stamp on. I need it to be 3 by 4.25. So I'm gonna cut 4.25 first. Three. Perfect. We're not done with that just yet, and I want to stamp on this first. So do I want to use Starry Sky or Orchid Oasis? I think we're going to go with Orchid Oasis. And we're going to put our flower this direction. So tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. Make sure you get good coverage on your flower. Looks like it might need a little ink on it. And I'm going to put it right there. Pretty. I like a lot. Lay this out of the way. Close up Orchid Oasis. I'm going to let that dry for a second and let's get a piece of Orchid Oasis scrap. And let's stamp the happy birthday on it. Perfect. And we're going to stamp that in Starry Sky. And I'm going to do it about right there. That's dark enough. Get our paper trimmer. And that. I'm gonna cut a little bit off that end. Just use scrap. Make it the way you want it to look. And then my scissors, paper snips. And I'm going to come in right here. And then I'm going to go from this corner to that point. From this corner to that point. And that makes my little flaggy. All right, we're done with that. I need to put the lid on my Starry Sky so I don't put my hand in it. And now we're going to cut this in half, both directions. So it is 4 1/4, so it needs to be 2 1/8. And this was 3, so 1 1/2 inches. Over there, 1 1/2 inches. All right, now let's assemble our card. But first, I'm going to run this through the embossing machine. And I'm going to use the Basics 3D embossing folder because I like that texture. Use whatever you've got. On your embossing folders, you'll see this line. I try to line my cardstock up with that line. And that just gives me, it kind of keeps it straight for me. And since this one's 3D, I need to make my sandwich correct. So it uses the main, it tells you, it uses number 1 and number 4. All right, now let's assemble our card. So this is going to go on our card front. I'm going to do the smooth part of it down. And I'm using this Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. I'm kind of in love with it. It took me a while to learn to like it, but I've made so many cards with it. that it's become my friend. And then I hear my friend's head voice in my head, dot, dot, not a lot. Otherwise, it'll squish out and then you won't be happy because you'll get it all over your fingers. That's going to go right there. And when you use liquid glue, you've got time to twist it a little bit like I just did. All right. So now let's bring in our piece of Starry Sky. And I'm going to start with the top two pieces. And this leaves a little bit of space between them. I'm laying them on here so that I kind of know if I need to move that up a little bit, and it looks like I do. And towards the center a little bit, but not so much. All right, let's use some glue. Up here a little bit. All right, I think that'll do it. Let's do this one. I think paper crafters and quilters are the only people who cut things apart to put them right back together. My husband would say that makes no never mind. And shake his head and walk away. Granted, I guess you do cut wood apart to be a carpenter or create wooden things. So guess it just depends on your craft. Because I was just thinking about how he designed our chicken coop. Like he had to cut some of that wood apart. So no, paper crafters and quilters are not the only one who cut things apart to put them back together. Isn't that pretty? And now I'm going to make the card go this direction so it'll open up this way. So let's put that on there. A little more dot. Don't want it coming off. Center best you can, enough around all four edges. Just eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I am going to put this right there. And I think, nope, not on dots. Let's just put it down. All right, now let's find some, oh, of the pretty embellishments that go with that paper. That's the current. Purple sparklies. That's not you. Oh, found them. Let's see if I got some that's opened. It would be those pearls if I can find some opened. That's what happens when you have too many embellishments that you haven't gone through yet. One more divider. Hold on a second. All right, we'll just open a pack. These are the 22-24 in color pearls, so they go with the Orchid Oasis, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, and Parakeet Party. And I know I had some open somewhere, but you know, somebody may wind up with a partial pack. I'm going to use 2 of those to make it look like it's holding that on. And then I'm going to put one up there. Because I try to do, I mean, you probably could get by with just doing 2 on this and it would be okay. Or let's just do 3 right in a row right there. Because that banner needs to be held on really tight, doesn't it? There we go. That looks better. All right. How do you like that? Let me close out this window over here. Oh, this card was inspired by, it doesn't give me the details of who did that. Let me see if I can click on it again and find somebody. A name to give credit, because I like to give credit. It looks like Creme. It's CHRIMCKENNIO. I did find the similar, it's not this flower. I used a total different, I used her layout. I made my own. Hers is this way, mine is this way. She used designer series paper. I used cardstock. But you see, you get the idea. If you find a design that you like, pop over and do something with it. So I think that's very pretty. Anyway, hope you had fun tonight. Hope that I give you an idea of pulling out some of your bigger stamps. Stamp it, cut it apart, layer it down. I think that is gorgeous. And you can't have too many magnolias, right? So, all right. Happy stamping. Have a great week. Remember the last chance sale that's coming up soon. Well, it is already here. So whatever's left is what's left. And then I will try to send emails if there's any other updates. But I hope that, let me stop screen sharing so that you can see me better. Hope that you have a great night and that you do something fun for yourself, whether it is go get a manicure. My fingers could use it, but I'll do it myself later. Or have a spa day, or pick some flowers, or sit outside and watch the chickens peck the ground, or eat some ice cream, or just go to bed early one night. You do you, but do something fun for yourself. Hope you have a great night, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Thanks.